ethical, occupy positions of power and influence. The noble qualities and values of personal integrity, honesty, humility, compassion, respect for each other, fairness, empathy, selfless dedication to a common good, and willingness to put others first, that were so beautifully exemplified by President Nelson Mandela, have given way to moral depravity, untrammeled greed, rampant corruption, venality, deceit, profligacy, and duplicity. There is a growing and palpable impatience, disillusionment, and disenchantment with the social, economic, and political state of our nation. All around us, we see pervasive and debilitating poverty and deprivation, existing alongside obscene and unbridled opulence and vulgar and ostentatious display of ill-gotten material wealth. State-owned enterprises have been hollowed out and are teetering on the brink of collapse. And this is most graphically exemplified by ESCOM and its interminable power crisis. There are concerted efforts calculated to malign, discredit, and delegitimize institutions of our constitutional democracy. The very foundational principles of our constitutional democracy are under fierce attack. And the very idea of a constitutional democracy is being intensely challenged, even by those who took an oath to obey, observe, uphold, and maintain the Constitution and all laws of the Republic. We are on a ruinous path. We are on a perilous path. This is a time for a deep reflection, a time to act in defense of our constitutional democracy, a time for accountability, and above all, a time for leadership. All these challenges notwithstanding, we should never allow apathy, despair, cynicism, and despondency to take root in our society. We cannot afford to lose hope, and we cannot afford not to imagine a better society. And this is the significance of your graduation today. Hope, optimism, and a promise of a better tomorrow. Allow this hope and optimism to jolt you to act with courage, conviction, and boldness to make a positive change in our society. Young people like you have always been a catalyst for change in this country. I have great confidence in you and in your ability to lift our country out of the abyss into which it has descended. As graduates of the university where leaders learn, you have so much to offer our ravaged society and broken world. Armed with the quality education you have received from this fine institution, and guided by our values of social justice, empathy, kindness, integrity, honesty, compassion, civility, and human solidarity, you can make a difference. You can pull this country away from the path of anarchy and destruction. Yes, there will be obstacles, there will be setbacks, and there will be mistakes and failures along the way. But you must learn from these and be resilient and resolute in your commitment to serve our society and humanity. Never for a moment doubt your capacity to make a positive change in our society and beyond. The education you have received from Rhodes University has prepared you for this. And never allow the fear of failure to drive you into the safety and placidity of inaction. You are more than equal to the challenges that will come your way. In the 6 graduation ceremonies of autumn 2023, a total of 1,849 students will receive their degrees, diplomas, and certificates. Of these, 1,124, or 61%, are undergraduate bachelor's degrees. and 725, or 39%, are postgraduate degrees, postgraduate diplomas, and postgraduate certificates. Of the 725 postgraduate students, 69 will be receiving their masters and 23 doctoral degrees. We also have a special and exclusive graduation for masters and doctoral graduates in October. 65% of the graduating students are female students. 65%. Sithi malibongwe. Malibongwe. Igama lamakhosikazi. And 11% are international students. With your graduation this morning, you join a special community of our alumni. Extraordinary people who are making remarkable contributions and leading change in many and diverse fields of human endeavor. We will expect no less from you. We welcome you to this special and ever-growing community with whom you share a deep affection for this fine institution. In the years to come, we will follow your growth, development, and success as a professional with a keen interest, and we will applaud you for the honor and credit you bring to your alma mater. May you look back on this glorious day of your graduation with great pride and warm memories, and may it serve as an inspiration and a springboard towards better and exciting things in life for you. At the end of this ceremony, when you are reunited with your loved ones, will you please give them a warm hug and whisper these words in their ear? Thank you for all that you have done for me. We wish you much success, happiness, and fulfillment in the years to come. To all of you, Mazal Tov. Asante sana, Enkosi, Gyalibucha, Ndolibua, Gyalibua, vielen Danken, Nyatogoza, Obrigado, Inkom, Shukran, Merci beaucoup, Tante Grazia, Baya Danke, Bolsha Spasiebo. Thank you very much.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to award the Advanced Certificate in Education Foundation Phase Literacy Teaching to the following candidates. Elizabeth Nompumelelo Joko Makosi. Nomfanelo Larishia Maklanka. Bulewa Madier Mbekisa. Nomazizi Mkamazana. Nomakozazana Mkume. Ntutela Nandipa Ntutela Mkentani. Connie Sdeba. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Bachelor of Education, Foundation Phase Teaching on the following candidates: Olivia Peyton Adlington Caulfield. Lusanda Antoni. Bape Lupiu Boya. Giselle Kadeen Busher with distinction. Caitlin Nicole Craigie. Duan Junior Douglas. Gugu Inga Tandiswa Funda. Sinukolo Hale. Chelsea Claire Isaacs. Quentin Juris. Michle Kanyisu. Vuyowetu Keye. Moledi Lenusa. Lorna Caitlin McCullum with distinction. Letitia Manoko Makaya. Atenkosi Mantolo. Kola Maniu. Kerishne Cheslin May. Panashe Mbiva with distinction. Alexis Deanne Mettler-Kamp. Nositembiso Njaku. Ngawetu Mkalipi. Inga Siamtanda Msimangu. Nomaphela Mtombeni. Simam Kelisiwe Chuma Ntia. Lukanyu Mkame. Ndumisemi Christopher Ngozana. Nombeku Kali Nomoi. Siavuya Mkezo. Nosipiwe Gloria Ntuluni. Zintle Peyi. Farren Venetia Linrey Potgieter. Kristen Nicole Puffett with distinction. Colin Kwena Ramutla. Ambesa Sentile. Lamla Oyama Smail. Kieran Tate Smith with distinction. Boso Tiam with distinction. Dandukazi Chunungwa. Mihlali Zazini. And Hlengiwe Hope Zikalala. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to award the Postgraduate Certificate in Education, Senior Phase, and Further Education and Training Teaching to the following candidates. Richard Roy Antrobus with distinction. Zetu Bam. Sipusetu Trevor Boy. Jade Lee Chapman Thompson. Tanya Chiluani. Humbakazi Denge. Nicholas Alexander Detmer. Sandisiwe Diao. Akanya Sianda Fani. Ntombikaya Fundani. Nikita Harber. Esona Gqoli. Sipusihle Gugwini. Ilona Gumenge. Eston Jacobs. Nicole Joka with distinction. Nokubonga Jonase. Sulis Elizabeth Junk with distinction. Candace Tracy Jordan with distinction. Zandile Klaas. Margareta Klopper with distinction. Olwetu Ludlala. Luvuyo Lukwe. Lutowetu Mabaleka. Siviwe Sipusetu Madikane. Kinga Bryce Majavu. Banuyolo Malchas. Connie Kinsani Malope. Zikona Mamase. Tabiso Leonard Mashapu. Princess Matieshana. Amanda Mavata. Piwekazi Makwenkwe. Apendulwe Mbane. Mkedile Present Mbata. Lindukuhle Mbazima. Mihlali Cecil Mema. Annalisa Mfenyana. Lizo Msululu. Uarifa Arehoni Mukosi with distinction. Madilonga Mukwevo. Chilichishawe Mutate. Zeto Mvunge. Sichle Mzileni. Tabela Mzinvati. Vuchilu Mdo. Bushle Ndwandwa. Ntombi zetu, ntombi zikaya, Purity Nduku. Katlejo Precious Nkuna. Aviwe Novokoza. Atobile Nzeni. Megan Maud Olkers. Sandisiwe Pakade. Luyanda Sinenhlanhla Piri. Buhlebe Nkosi Onesimo Poswayo. Usivile Resha. Somila Sabane. Darren Altino Sires. Ati Sibali. Zikona Eudosia Sinyongo. Your name card. Sipamandla Somtora. Namhla Lisa Tukulu. Luando Musa Tutu. Tandiwe Eudora Chielake. Kanya Tais. Amashle Vene Vene. Sanelesiwe Waka. And Sinuvuyo Trejo. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to award the Postgraduate Diploma in Higher Education to the following candidate: Marcelin Atemkeng TOEFL with distinction. Megan Michelle Campbell with distinction. Tisetso Ntombizodwa Muhlwai. Vuledzani Niku Ndo. Sibulelo Jane Nkebenyane. And Zilalem Sintayetu Shibeshi. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to award the Postgraduate Certificate in Education, Senior Phase, and Further Education and Training Teaching to the following candidates. Isetu Felicia Butina. Mihlali Makuleni. Yonwaba Khali. Sililita Makatangana. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Master of Education on the following candidate. Tammy Irene Boyson in Education with distinction. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy on the following candidates. John Burukeni. John's PhD focused on investigating and developing a social-cultural Afrophilic orientation to philosophy for children. Using a community of inquiry approach in Sebakwe resettlement primary schools in Zimbabwe, John worked with children, teachers, parents, and education officials to foster a critical and generative approach to mobilizing heritage-based curriculum foundations in Zimbabwean primary schools. The study developed a decolonial approach to philosophy for children that significantly expanded children's critical reflexive thinking skills and teachers' capability for creatively engaging heritage-based curriculum foundations in Zimbabwe. Robin Ann Ferguson in education. Robin's PhD reflexively reviews informal vocational education and training practices in a commercial fishing industry company that took place between 1995 and 2021. These vocational education and training practices involved several hundred seagoing employees who are disadvantaged by low levels of literacy and low or no ICT connectivity. Using practice theory and sustainability education insights for the extensive review, the study offers new relational pedagogical guidance for developing informal vocational education and training in complex workplace learning contexts, such as on seagoing fishing vessels. Jennifer Adele Hotchkiss in education. This study investigated in-service teacher training for emergent literacy in multilingual grade R classrooms in the Eastern Cape province. Drawing on theories of emergent literacy and social constructivism, the study used a mixed method approach focusing on teacher training. The findings suggest that even reputable early literacy interventions may fail when the assumptions of the designers, the trainers, and the teachers do not align. In particular, it highlights the dangers of the cascade model of teacher training. Taryn Shirley Lovemore in education. This participatory dual design experiment in task design involved integrating music into the teaching of primary school mathematics through designing and trialing tasks aimed at supporting learners' flexible movement across different constructs of fractions. The research sought to make both a methodological and a pedagogical contribution to our knowledge of how an integrated approach to education can generate positive learning experiences for both learners and teachers. Teachers participating in the task trialing aspect of the research reported a strengthening of their learners' fractional problem-solving abilities. Frederick Simata Smasiku in education. Contradictions in science curriculum transformation in Namibia are exacerbated by the disjuncture between the intended and the enacted curriculum. To address this qualitative case study used a bottom-up approach and mobilized the indigenous technologies of preserving and pounding mahangu and making oshikundu to mediate learning of rate of reactions. The main finding revealed that leveraging a peer learning community and expert community members empowered the grade 10 chemistry teacher participants to become cultural knowledge brokers, and both their content and their pedagogical content knowledge improved. This study makes a significant contribution to the current debates on the revitalization and the bottom-up decolonization of the science curriculum.
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honour of presenting to you Emeritus Professor Chrissy Bowie and Professor Sue McKenna of the Centre for Postgraduate Studies for the Vice-Chancellor's Book Award. One of the core purposes of a university is to produce new knowledge and enhance humanity's understanding of the natural and social worlds. The Vice-Chancellor's Book Award seeks to recognize a recent book published by a current staff member or Rhodes affiliated member, which advances knowledge and understanding and brings undoubted credit to the university by virtue of the contribution it makes to scholarly literature or the discipline within which it is authored. In 2021, Professors Bowie and McKenna published the book that we celebrate today, Understanding Higher Education, Alternative Perspectives, a monograph of original research published by African Minds. In this book, the authors argue that South Africa has failed to produce a higher education system that meets the social and developmental needs of the post-1994 context. Institutional inequalities across the university sector have been entrenched. Curriculum and pedagogic reform have been neglected, and the educational needs of many students from formerly excluded groups, for whom the post-apartheid universities were intended to cater, remain unaddressed. Government policies has focused on an instrumental view of higher education and have largely avoided addressing the universities as a social institution. Against this background, Bowie and McKenna focus on how the nature of curricula and the agencies of academics as teachers, researchers, and managers have endorsed specific kinds of knowing and knowledge-making over others. Working from a strongly theorized position, the book uses social realism to argue for alternative ways of seeing higher education that can inform practice and policy in South Africa and beyond. Despite the heavy nature of the subject, one of the book's many reviewers notes that a significant strength of this book is how clearly and accessible it is written. The book has been critically acclaimed. One reviewer describes the book as an outstanding book, offering an exceptionally rich analysis of the impacts of neoliberalism on higher education in South Africa. It examines in vibrant detail the ways through which a market ideology has penetrated the education system, with devastating costs on faculty, students, and research. Another describes the book as a timely, insightful, and nuanced rendition of alternative perspectives on higher education, and goes on to state that Bowie and McKenna have given local thinking the gravitas that will reverberate at a global level for many decades to come. The third describes it as a compelling read for everyone involved in academia, and others as a powerful and inspiring book, and truly insightful, engaging, informative. Every Vice-Chancellor, academic, and ordinary citizen must read this book. This award will be a first-time milestone in two respects. Firstly, it is the first time that the Book Award has been awarded outside the humanities faculty. The Center for Postgraduate Studies is not aligned with any particular faculty, but both authors have come up through the education faculty. Secondly, it is the first time that a winning title of the Vice-Chancellor's Book Award has been entirely open access. Readers can download the full digital version for free or purchase a paper copy if they prefer. So, Mr. Chancellor, I request you to award the 2022 Vice-Chancellor's Book Award to Professors Chrissy Bowie and Sue McKenna.
By virtue, all right, let me start here. I also confer degrees and award diplomas on those candidates named in the program who are in absentia. Please rise for the national anthem.
Mitanda zoyetu
By virtue of the authority vested in me, I dissolve this congregation of Rhodes University.